Local veteran Russell Coletti has joined the race to win the North Charleston mayor's office. Let's welcome him here and get right down to it. First of all, we're glad that you could join us. Your big platform issues, they're on the lips of all the candidates. However, this is at the top of your list: crime and infrastructure. Let's start with crime first of all. Where has North Charleston seen successes, if any, in your view? And what are the challenges, and how would you, as mayor, fix them?
Well, we have a lot of challenges when it comes to crime. I haven't seen very many success stories in the recent past. As a matter of fact, it's gone the opposite direction. So we need true leadership that's willing to step in and put the hammer down and make sure that we are out for our citizens' best interest. One of the things I would like to do as the mayor is put quick response teams throughout the city of North Charleston. We will start by identifying the high crime areas, and we'll move out from that area, basically a spoke and wheel system. Start in the center and work out. And we'll target high crime areas, and we'll be strict on crime, and we'll follow the guidelines. No turning a blind eye to small crimes. If you commit a crime, you have to pay the price. If we're too lenient on criminals, that's just going to keep snowballing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and next thing you know, you're dealing with the mass crime that we're dealing with right now.
Yeah. And how do you manage controlling also the part of that equation in which those crimes actually get prosecuted, and they get prosecuted to the legal extent, or what those crimes deserve? Because we're hearing of a lot of people being able to just get out of jail free almost and commit those crimes. The rate of recidivism is also so high. So how would you go about correcting that issue?
Well, we would not allow criminals to have soft terms. If they commit the crime, they're going to have to do the actual time. I spoke with a few police officers where I reported some incidents that happened throughout the city, and they told me that they were told to turn a blind eye to the small crimes due to the current temperature of the nation. And I said, but it's still a law that's being broken that we need to address. Turning a blind eye is no longer an option. If you commit the crime, expect to do the time that's involved with that crime.
Let's talk about your history. First of all, you're born and raised in New York, but you call the Low Country home, and for many years now.
Yes.
You are a military veteran. Tell us a bit about your time spent in the military. Sure. And what you did after that.
Sure. I was born and raised in Westchester County, New York. Of course, I always tell everybody, God chooses where you're born, and I choose where I live, and I chose the Low Country as my home. I became a volunteer fireman at age 16, and I went ahead and aged up to become a full-fledged fireman before I joined the military. Wow. I joined the military and left at age 19, and I served in two branches, United States Navy and United States Air Force. I was on a couple of ships in the Navy, the Ares and the USS Iwo Jima. And I was also a distinguished instructor at Fleet Mobile Warfare Training Center right here in Charleston before I cross-decked over to the Air Force when they shut the Air Force base, or the Navy base down. Yeah. In the Air Force, I ran the flight line. My job during that operation, Enduring Freedom and Iraqi Freedom, was to make sure that our aircrafts were green, up and running, and able to get our troops and supplies to and from the theater safely. So that was my responsibility, and I ran with that, and I took it to heart because those are my troops that I was concerned and worried about, make sure that they were safe.
And you did that for 22 years, and then you joined FedEx.
Yes, I was operations manager.
How many years did you work with them?
30 years.
30 years.
30 years operations manager, retired there in 2022. So I have 2 retirements under my belt. So I'm not really looking for another job, but I'm compelled to be the mayor because I want to do good for the people. I'm a people person, and that is my platform. And anything that falls within the people, from safety, security, quality of life, I plan on addressing all of those issues as the mayor. I also want to implement a program I call Mayor of the Day. And with that program, I'm going to open up to the citizens of North Charleston. No longer is there going to be a division between the citizens and our government agencies. I want to bring that together. And what that's going to do is there will be an allotted time each day where, not each day, but either the frequency, it'll be quarterly or monthly, depending once I get in to see how busy I am, where citizens can come to the mayor's office and tell us what your concerns are. What is it that you need in your community? Whatever it is, crime, beautification, A to Z is on the table. Let me know. I want to hear from you so I can be that person to get it on the table and get that ball rolling. We have a city council, and I want them to be fully engulfed with their communities. And as the mayor, I'll ensure that's done. And they will bring me some information, but I want them to work with these communities to get projects completed. We're one of the highest tax-based counties in South Carolina, probably number 3 or number 2 now. But unfortunately, that money's getting funneled into special projects. I have no special projects on the table. I want to work on the infrastructure and the quality of life for the citizens who live up and down I-26. The noise is deafening. The decibel levels are above the Federal Highway Commission guidelines by about 24 dB. And everybody says you have a problem, but it's not feasible or reasonable. Well, they built the noise wall down here on the neck, and that's for future development plans. That's what that's for. But I questioned them on it because it wasn't feasible or reasonable. And they said, well, it's the underlying circumstances that cause us to do that. I said, well, we need to do something for the rest of the thousands of people that are suffering every day. Everybody knows it's a problem. I met with Governor Haley, SCDOT engineering teams, senators, mayor, council representatives. They all agree there's a problem, but nobody wants to fix it. So I'm going to fix it.
So you've already talked to a lot of people about this already, and
I
you haven't even entered into office just yet. Well, there's so much more to get to, and I'd love for you to come back and to share with us before Election Day, but I'm sure you've got some events coming up. We're going to put up on our website, up on our screen, any way that people can get in touch with you to learn more about your platform.
I will be launching all my information in August.
Okay.
I'm sticking by a strict strategy that I have.
Okay.
I do ask the citizens to trust and verify their candidate. Trust what they say, but verify that information is true.
Russell, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We're back after this.